I'm by name Joshua Kishimi. Welcome to another wonderful edition with me and Dr. Philip Hayab. On this edition, we are going to talk about I am Ham, not Jaba. As you listen, may remember, please watch the end and then put your comments and ideas about this. Sir, good evening, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much for this another edition with you.
I'm glad to have you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So let's meet you.
Yes, Philip Hayab is my name. I am Ham. I come from the village of Wikab in the Ham area. I'm a teacher and a language expert, as people would say. And I'm proud to be Ham.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He's proud to be Ham. I'm proud to be Ham. That's why I'm well represented in my Ham attire.
Yes.
So there is this popular slogan from 2023 to this year. I am Ham, not Jaba.
Yes.
So can we digest on it? Today I want us to have like a conversation. I want us to discuss. Because I'm in the younger generation.
Yes.
And you know more about the Ham, not Jaba.
So the first thing to say is that I, Philip Hayab, was the one who undertook the study from the year 2011.
Amazing.
Not someone else. When I first, so the slogan actually would say from 2014.
Okay.
It's becoming popular. Particularly, it became popular with the last Tukham.
Okay.
Which is that year, the one that we just had in April.
April.
So that is actually wonderful. No, it was March.
Okay. Yes,
it was March.
I think first March.
Yeah, we had it 30th of March.
30th of March.
Now, the reason that the slogan came about was I was born, as I said to you, outside of home of the Ham area. I grew up at home, but I had the singular privilege of also growing up amongst the Hausa native speakers in Kawo, Kaduna, where I attended JSS 1, JSS 2, JSS 3, and then I left. So to a large extent, I can say that my Hausa is competent. I stayed in Zaria, I stayed in Kano, and I studied linguistics. So I became suspicious of the name Jaba very early on. I started asking my parents, where is this name Jaba from? And whenever I asked, they'll say it was the Hausa people who called us Jaba. I was like, okay, what does it mean? So since no elder in the entire Hamland was able to give me the answer, God helped me. When I started a master's degree and then started a PhD, I began to be interested in finding out who we are as the Ham people. Who are we as the Ham people? Where do we come from? Where are we? Why did we come here? Where are we going to? And these questions were the major issues in my mind, on my mind. So in 2013, I began the study of the Ham language proper at the Stellenbosch University in South Africa. And when I was going to present my title, I said to my professor that the Ham people have a conflicting identity. Yeah. On the one hand, as the Ham, and that is our indigenous identity. So when I speak the Ham language, I will say Mishu for Ham or Mishu we Ham. Then all of us who are Ham, who are watching us, say Heshu for Ham. We don't have the conceptualization of the word Java. So how did we become Java? Now that was very difficult to establish. And whosoever you try to ask, they might try to even talk you down on the matter. So, but I was very, determined to finding out this, even if that was all that I had to do in the world in 2013. Now, one day, I was asked to submit my hypothesis, and I said, based on my knowledge of the Hausa language, my hypothesis is that the word Java was derogatory. And I didn't have any evidence apart from my knowledge of the language. Now, one of the days at my library in South Africa, and the library in South Africa I was studying, and I came across a book that was written about the Ham that was said to have been published in 1854.
That's fun.
That is over, now by this year it will be 180 years, I think, 170. Yeah, 50 plus 20. is 70, that's 4. So
Yes,
that would be actually 170 years.
70 years.
Now, this book, when I saw the fact that there was a book about the ham, that the ham were part of, you know, something, some ethnographic data about the ham, I took all the effort to read this book. And then I got this book at the basement of my library in the Africana section. And when I opened to page 19, I cannot forget the page. And I saw an interview with a ham youth who was captured at home maybe around 1846, taken to Lafia. From Lafia, he was taken to Iko, which is today Lagos. And from Iko, he ended up in Sierra Leone. He was asked, "Who are you?" And he said, "We are Ham. We are Zam Ham. We are Fuham." But it is the Par. I am quoting him verbatim.
Okay.
It was the Par who called us Jaba. Well, the Fatah called us Kafir. I'll be like, yes, this is it. Now, this guy, based on the data I collected about him, or I studied about him, must have been born around 1820s, which is over 100 and, you know, that is over 200 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, that he was born. But he ended up there. So he didn't even know the name Hausa by the time he was taken away from home. In fact, when he was referring to the Kwang, he said Fukwang. In the book, he didn't know Fukwe because the word Kwe had not also come into existence. Now, so my theory was, I now wrote it on our WhatsApp, that Ham community WhatsApp that I've made reference to, that from today we are Ham, not Java. So that statement has been invoked.
Yes.
For now, when did I complete this study? For 11 years now. But then maybe it was just within Facebook. But now the Tuk Ham celebration for 2024 gave us the impetus to make it a collective. This is the first time I saw the entire Ham people accepting it. I would tell you that when I brought that idea first, there's a Ham elder who even sent me an inbox to say, "Get out, you don't know what you're saying. This is the way the Hausa people wanted to call us." I said, what I do know about the Hausa is that, as good as they might be, whenever they meet an ethnic group that they are not able to call their name, they are likely to give them a derogatory name, and the evidence abounds. The Hausa people called the Tea people Bunchi. It was the Tea people who rejected the name. That's why the name has died. The Hausa people met the Biro people and called them Shosho. That is the way the Biro people greet.
Yes.
So the Biro people will say Sho, and you answer Sho. And that was what I grew up in the barracks to hear the Biro people being referred to as Shosho. The Biro people came through the Bureau of Development Association and rejected the name in a newspaper declaration. Say, from now we are no longer going to accept being called as Shosho, but Biro. The people of Charok, the people that we refer to as Lantang area, they also were called Yargam by the Hausa. The list is everywhere in the north of Nigeria. Yeah, so why we now discover that we've been called by a name that does not describe us. So I went further to establish the fact that the word Jaba does not exist in Hausa. It's actually Jaba.
Oh, Jaba,
the stinking house mouse. Yes.
Like that mouse.
The rat with the long mouth.
Yes.
Whatever it touches, it contaminates
yes,
it.
It's poisonous.
Yes. So, but also, that also has a history. You see, the town called Kachia is actually Kachia in Hausa.
Kachia, like
circumcision.
Oh.
Yes. So people have just turned it to say Kachia, that is Kachia. The people used to meet one day and have their circumcision. Oh. So when the Hausa people left from there and met us, they would describe us to the people, Suma Bakin Jaba Garesu. We also did not circumcise children in the past. A person has to be an adult, maybe in a boyhood. A child must reach the age of either 11, 12, or 10 minimum that they will be circumcised. And all the boys will be put together in one day, circumcised by the same person. Thank God there was no HIV/AIDS at that time. our young
Same
people would
blade.
have all died. The same blade. So any child that is circumcised and those who does not cry is actually hailed as a hero. So that's maybe how we came about this name Jaba. But all of a sudden, we settle with the name. That is not our name. That name does not describe us. We are Ham people. We speak a language called Ham. And you can see the connection between our name, the name of our ethnic group, and the name of our language.
Yes.
But where does Java come from? It comes from Hausa. It is not the Hausa who made us. Our culture, based on history, is older than the Hausa culture. That's for sure. The Nok terracotta tested showed to have been there 500 BC. There is no any Hausa history 500 BC.
Never.
So how can we be older than an ethnic group and they are the ones to name us? No, we should be the ones to name them.
Yep.
That is the very reason we started this slogan, we are Ham, not Java. And we will not accept the name again, even the name of our local government, because some people, when you talk to them, we are Ham, not Java, they say, go and change the name of the local government. I tell them, the local government came and made us. I'm older than the local government. So the local government cannot define us.
Never.
The people who chose the name Java for the local government must have made an error. We would have made that local government, maybe Nok local government with the headquarters in Quine. Or we call it Hakwine local government. There would have been nothing wrong about it. We have to understand that identity can only be expressed in the language of the person who owns the culture.
Very true.
That actually connects with the conversation we had in the last episode when I was saying we cannot say gold because we don't have the expression of gold in our language. So since we can't say gold because we don't have the expression of gold, we will not accept the name Java because we don't have the expression of Java. In fact, our neighbors, very close neighbors, who are the Ashe and the Wachi, they refer to us in their language as the Beham. Yes, when you go to areas around the Angan, they also call us the Ham in their language. If you go to the Bekulu, that is the people referred to as Ikulu, they call us the Ham in their language. So how can we be Ham? And all of a sudden, our forefathers created the culture, a North culture that is well celebrated, and we now lose our Hamness and become Java. No,
Yes,
that is not progress.
Never.
So we are Ham, we are not Java, and we are not going to go back on that.
Okay,
it has come to stay.
That's amazing. I've really learned a lot. Like, I'm speechless. But this HAM, is it an abbreviation or there is a meaning attached to HAM? Ham.
Ham in our language has nearly 6 meanings.
Okay.
Number one is that you are alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when we say Mora Hamngai or Ham, it means the person has left the place where everyone is and is now a loner.
Okay.
So it actually could mean loneliness.
Loneliness. Okay.
That is one. Second, it will also mean loss. The person has actually died.
Okay.
Now, a native Ham person in the old days may say, I have 4 children, but one is gone. Now, if they are going to say that one is dead. So we have that word in our language. Then the word could also come from Ham, which means an infant. But in that case, it's a long vowel. Ham, H-A-A-M. Okay. But it's related.
Yes.
Then also, it could also, when we talk about, I have talked about loneliness, which is alienation. Yes. So we actually hypothesize that the name Ham comes from alienation. But then for a child to suck the breast of his mother, now Hambang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is sucking the breast of his mother. So we have meanings in our language. That's why in the normal salutation of the Ham, we are supposed to say Nom do Ham. And then the others will say Ke Ham Mondora. Okay. That is, may the Lord help the Ham so that we will support one another. That is the real cradle of the Ham consciousness.
Okay.
So when Fisher sings about Badwe Nangong, the Ham people will not allow harm, any form of harm in the English sense, to happen to any Ham person. There was a time we even said we are Ham, but we do not harm anyone.
Yes, I do say that.
We were just joking.
I'm Ham but harmless.
Yeah, but we're just doing play of words.
Okay.
But because the Ham in our language does not have any negativity, When loneliness is not really a negativity, it's a state of being.
Yes, sir.
And people can be lonely.
Yes.
So this is what it is. Then the word YH, HY is the language.
Yam. Okay.
So Yam language has a behavior that almost every word, once you put a Y, it changes its meaning. So if you say tam, to learn, in our language, if you say Kam, is learning. It changes once you add the Y, but though you will take away the T and put the K. So this is the way our language works. And so we are Ham, we are not Java, and we will not transfer the legacy of Java to our children. We will get the local government changed very soon, and the local government will be in the name that we are proud of.
I think we need to take this up. That if I say non-Doham, then you because I don't know, okay. So that we teach our listeners and our viewers. Non-Doham.
Okay, Ham Mondora.
I like this one. Okay, so let's take this to the entertainment part. There is when I was growing up in primary school, we like Jaba Kashishanu.
Yes.
Let's talk about it first.
Yes, so the Jaba Kashishanu is actually the story of how the name Java came into being.
That's it.
Now, our people, I don't know what year that we met with the Hausa, but based on my findings, it will be around 1802 when Kefi. What is today Kefi?
Kefi,
yeah, it was called Kefin Hausa in Hausa language, not Kefi. It is the white people who funkified it and say Kefi. Kefi means to found.
Okay.
In Hausa language, that's what the founding of the house. Yeah, the place the Hausa people founded. I'm not sure if everything did not exist there when they founded it, but that is a story for another day. So when we met the Hausa people at about 1800s, when the jihad was blowing, they were also running this way. The Hausa people who didn't want to have anything to do with the jihad, they were the ones that were running this way. So we met them, and they wanted to turn our people into slaves. One of the areas is Walijo. I'm sure you've heard of a town called Walijo in the thick Ham area. Yes. Now that town doesn't have a name in the real sense. It is Fulani people who meet there and greet one another to say Walijam, Walijam. So our Ham people could not say Walijam. So they were saying where people say Walijo. And then the name. So we also have at least been able to give the name of a town.
Okay.
So in what I can say for sure is that there is a town or there is a place around Chori Hills which is called Durham. Have you heard about it?
No.
Now you need to go and find out. Durham means the arena of the Ham. There is a school standing there.
Durham.
Now, so that Durham, in Durham, as I'm talking to you, there are stones where the Hausa people had done an encampment. And then from there, they were raiding our people and taking them into slavery. So our people said, no, we're not going to allow this to happen on our land. We will fight these people and uproot them from here. And so the Han people came together, their warriors came together and agreed we are going to fight, even if it means we die, but we are going to uproot these guys. Now the area of the Durham, even today, is still very swampy. Since it was our place, our people knew that this place was swampy, but the Hausas, slave raiders, they didn't know. And they were running on horses. So our people will run into this swampy area, and they will run after them with the horses. And the horses will get stuck in the swampy area, and our warriors will kill them. And so when they eventually ran away, they were the ones who created this Java Kashinshanu Chikideng. And so the land was dry outside, but inside, because our people knew it was swampy, once they go there, they get stuck. And that was how the Ham warriors chased them out of that place.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful edition and a wonderful time with you. Please stay tuned for our next edition. I'm by name Joy Joshua. I believe you've learned a lot, and next edition is going to be amazing. Thank you, Doctor, for this time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Nam Doham.